A local school board votes to suspend a teacher after the district says he violated policy. We'll have the latest from the hearing. And lawmakers are pushing a new bill to limit foreign influence in ballot measure campaigns. We'll have details on the proposed donation limits coming up.
Covering news where you live. This is 5 News at noon.
Well, thank you for joining us for your 5 News at noon. I'm Morgan Wrigley here with meteorologist Stephen Elmore. And I know there's a lot to talk about this week. You guys are watching what's going to happen over the next few days.
Yeah, storm chances really increasing overnight tonight, and then from there every day we'll have a thunderstorm chance and some rain chances that carries us through the weekend as well. So we're enjoying the sunshine right now. It's just windy out there right now. We take a look across the area, a mix of sunshine and cloud coverage out there, getting a little bit of both. Daytime highs reaching up into those 60s right now. Eventually we'll reach up into the 70s by the time we get later on this afternoon into the early evening hours. Of course, that storm threat though picks up by the time we get overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning as well. Really, that window opens once we get into the overnight hours tonight and doesn't close until we get into Wednesday afternoon. But Thursday, Friday, even into Saturday, there's outlooks from the Storm Prediction Center for the chances for some strong to severe thunderstorms. Current temperatures out there right now look like this, anywhere between those mid to upper 60s. Pretty comfortable out there right now. Overall, seeing a lot of sunshine as well, feeling pretty nice this afternoon. By the time we get to this late afternoon, early evening hours, that's when we should hit our peak temperature of the day, right around those 70s. But it's windy out there right now. Those sustained winds in northwest Arkansas, 15 to 20 miles per hour. Across the river valley, anywhere between 15 to 20 miles per hour as well. So just a bit windy out there this afternoon. Northwest Arkansas, the rest of the day today looks like this. Daytime highs staying into those upper 60s, low 70s. Cloud coverage starts to filter in by the time we get to the evening hours, and that's when those temperatures staying right where they are across the river valley. We're going to build in that cloud coverage as well, staying into the 70s by the time we get into the overnight hours, keeping that energy fueled up for the potential for some overnight storms. We take a look at that storm threat not only for tonight into tomorrow morning, but then again Wednesday morning into the early afternoon. We'll have a chance of some strong to severe thunderstorms. Thursday, Friday, even Saturday has a storm risk as well. We'll talk about it coming up.
Thanks, Stephen. Well, Fort Smith police responded to a crash this morning that they say involved a vehicle and a pedestrian and caused some life-threatening injuries. This happened on Towson Avenue and South O Street. And those are the only details police have shared right now, but stay with 5 News as we continue to learn more. And also in Fort Smith, we're learning a Northside high school teacher will not be fired, but he won't have a job for the next 3 months. Robert Taylor was placed on administrative leave after a question he used on a test used a racial slur the district deemed offensive and violated district policy. The school board heard testimony in a grievance hearing and approved suspending Taylor for 90 days without pay. Taylor's attorney, Joey McCutcheon, claims the slur used on the test appears in textbooks already in the district.
Dr. Morosky believes that Warriors Don't Cry, by the way, is also in the libraries across this school district, is completely unacceptable according to his release and does not reflect the values of the district. Then why is this man the only one on trial in this district? What about the principal? What about the administrators who are letting this N-word being used in this textbook that has been used over and over and over year after year? And not only that, the library books. How does that reflect the values of the district?
They would know what that word was if it was the letter N and a bleep, 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 bleep after. It didn't have to be spelled out in its entirety. And if it's not a word that you would say out loud, I'm just having a hard time with it being a word that was included in its entirety.
The board listened to 2 hours of testimony before going into executive session and deciding on the suspension. A Springdale man is accused of stealing more than $100,000 from victims of last May's tornado outbreak. According to an arrest affidavit, multiple people have come forward with allegations against Austin Lamb that he never completed jobs that they paid for. He faces 3 charges of theft of property by deception, and he's due in court next month, now out on bond. Well, in just one day, President Trump will unveil new reciprocal tariffs against U.S. trading partners. That move has shaken global markets and consumer confidence. Derek Waller has more.
In just one day, President Donald Trump will unveil a new round of reciprocal tariffs against U.S. trading partners in what he's calling Liberation Day.
We are going to be very nice by comparison to what they were. The numbers will be lower than what they've been charging us. and in some cases maybe substantially lower.
The tariff threat causing major swings in stock markets in the U.S. and overseas in recent days, which the president and his White House are downplaying.
The president has always said that the stock market is a snapshot of a moment in time, and he's doing what's best for Main Street and Wall Street.
Still, the uncertainty has led to a drop in U.S. consumer confidence. A new CBS News poll shows more than 50% of Americans disapprove of the president's handling of two of the key issues of the 2024 election, the economy and inflation. President Trump is also teeing up new 25% tariffs on foreign cars and auto parts, which experts warn could increase the price of new cars by $5,000 to $10,000. Prices for used cars could also go up.
I voted for Trump. I trust him in some regards, but it's just the uncertainty of what's going to happen.
Monday, the president was joined by musician Kid Rock as he signed an executive order aimed at combating ticket scalping.
Make America fun again.
President Trump also confirmed he's planning his first foreign trip of his second term in the coming weeks to Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates.
Well, 2 states are holding special elections today. Voters in Wisconsin will elect a justice to the highest state court in a race so consequential it's become the most expensive judicial contest in U.S. history. In Florida, voters will choose who will replace former U.S. Representatives Matt Gaetz and Michael Waltz. And lawmakers are back in action this week, proposing new legislation in line with President Trump's election security order. House Bill 1837 aims to prohibit foreign nationals and entities from contributing to or influencing ballot measure campaigns in Arkansas. If passed, groups have to certify that they are not accepting any more than $10,000 from a foreign donor.
Under federal law, foreign nationals cannot give to candidates to influence elections, but there is a loophole that doesn't apply to ballot measures. And as a result, foreign funds are influencing ballot measures in Arkansas and across the country. And that's why I filed HB 1837.
The bill is scheduled for committee review later this week. And at the Arkansas Capitol, an update on a bill requiring towing companies to release a tow vehicle to owners even if they haven't paid. Now we're hearing from someone behind the bill seeking pushback from tow companies. The measure was supposed to be heard Monday, but is now expected to be in front of lawmakers later this week. The bill's sponsor tells us it could look different than when it was originally filed.
Kind of what we're trying to address here is to give someone an opportunity to recover their car after paying a reasonable fee, or not. Actually, before they can pay a reasonable fee, because they can't pay it today without having to pay the storage fees.
Right now, the law says when a vehicle is towed without the owner's consent, it can be held by the towing or storage company for unpaid towing and storage fees. If passed, the bill would override the towing company's lien, allowing the owner to reclaim their property without paying all fees. And another set of bills being reviewed at the Capitol this week seeks to reduce repeat offenses in Arkansas, with lawmakers proposing a plan to begin inmate rehabilitation from day one. Senate Bill 590 and House Bill 1931 aim to lower Arkansas's 48.3% recidivism rate, which costs the state $140 million annually. The bills would establish a recidivism reduction system, providing education, job training, and reentry services. Inmates would be assessed upon entry and rewarded for participation. If this is signed, the law takes effect immediately. Well, the Fort Smith Parks Department working to find whoever is vandalizing the park bathrooms. 5 News reporter Parker Abels tells us where this is happening and what's being done about it.
Fielding a lot of questions about, why not replace the restrooms, or why are our restrooms in disrepair? And we wanted to kind of set the record straight, let people know that we are working very hard and diligently.
The city says it has been actively trying to cover all vandalism.
We do try to take care of vandalism as quickly as possible, specifically if it's vulgar or offensive language. We try to get that cleared off or painted over within 24 hours.
Josh Bufink with the city says they're working to keep these restrooms clean every day.
Restrooms are serviced daily between 8 and noon, all 10 of them. And that includes, unclogging toilets. That includes making sure that the restrooms are cleaned and then reporting any of that vandalism.
However, Creekmore Park has been especially tough to maintain with the amount of vandalism that takes place.
It's the one that we've heard the most about recently. We just repainted the interior of those restrooms, and within several days, 2 or 3 days, graffiti was all over the restrooms. It's happening so frequently and so often that we need help getting those things reported.
And they want you to know that you can help them with that.
The main thrust of the post was to have other people help us report vandalism as they see it. They see graffiti, they see something that's broken or needing fixed. Please let us know, because we want to get that taken care of as soon as possible.
Because they want these restrooms to be as clean as possible for the citizens they serve.
These restrooms are meant to help our community, to serve our community. Families are outside enjoying the parks, especially on a nice day like today. And we want to make sure that they're well maintained, so we try to do our part. We're just asking other people to help us with that.
In Fort Smith, covering news where you live, Parker Abels, 5 News.